Okay, so for this video, I'm going through the example for week 4, day 1. This is just your basic proportion problem where you are going to set up a proportion and solve for an answer. You're looking for some kind of answer, okay? My first step is to set up the ratio table. So I'm going to grab my pen tool and I'm drawing a little ratio table. You need room for your words and then your two rates that are equal to each other. The second step is to determine the word units. As I'm reading through here, it says, Christian plays 2K for 8 hours every weekend. If there are 4 weekends in a month, how many hours a month does he play? So I have determined that the two things that I'm comparing here are hours and weekends. The first rate that I see, the given rate, the two numbers that go together are 8 hours every weekend. So that's 8 hours. And every weekend, that represents 1 weekend. That's the original rate. That's what I know. I know that those two numbers go together. The next step is to fill in the rate where you're trying to find something. That would be the 4 weekends, how many hours? So we would put 4 down here with weekends and an X for hours because that's what we don't know. We don't know how many hours he plays in 4 weekends. The next step is to cross multiply and divide. This is the area where I have seen some people struggle over the past week or so with this step, cross multiplying and dividing. What you want to look for is that when you're cross multiplying that you have two numbers. So like I would cross multiply this way since I have two numbers. Some people are wanting to start by cross multiplying this way where you're just getting 1 times x or 1x. You can do that if you're setting up an equation, but honestly, we are just trying to solve. We're not really setting up an equation. We're just solving for that missing value. So you're cross multiplying the two numbers that are diagonal from each other. So this would be 8 times 4. And I'll write that down here. 8 times 4. And then the number you're dividing is going to be that extra number, which is the 1. So divide by 1. And when I solve that, 8 times 4 is 32. Divided by 1 is still 32. And the last thing I want to do is to check to make sure that that is reasonable. So if I come up here and say x equals 32, if we on 1 weekend we play 8 hours, 4 weekends we play for 32 hours, that does make sense. That is reasonable to our problem. So we can determine that that is the correct answer. And I'm going to go ahead and just circle that just to show y'all. All right. So what you'll do today is work through the 10 examples. And you're going to have today and tomorrow to do that. And when you're done, make sure you submit it. I will be counting this as a grade in Skyward. So if y'all have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good one.